games because it's
Kind of
like
true, kind of
revenge for
true.
that nightmare you had as a
I don't
kid.
know, dude. Whenever I think of an enemy, the first thing that comes to my mind is Lady Dimitrescu. I need to attend church. I need to attend church daily, bro. Yeah, the sermons are not enough. I need holy water. What's holy water? Got a little bit of holy water here, man. Okay, wait, hold up. I need to reduce the audio. Man's is hella loud, okay? Nobody will shut up about this game. I don't know. If he's talking about Cyberpunk, Age Runners, that's an anime, bro. It's not a game. But Wuthering Waves, on the other hand, is cooking something up, bro, and you might want to be there to see it. I'm just saying. But let's see, man. 8 minutes video by Brax. Let's see what he has to say for us.
When you think of enemies in anime games, what do you
True.
usually think of? Is it mechs and robots with lasers?
Is that Katsetia?
Maybe it's ridiculously attractive anime girls with massive boobs that you know are bad for you, but you
Oh!
can't. Or maybe the enemies that you're
That's
thinking
my
of are
anime.
just Twitter users. For me, one of my personal favorite genres of enemies is horror enemies. Dystopian horror and terrifying creatures are one of the most fun things to fight in games because it's
Kinda
like
true, kinda
revenge for
true.
that nightmare you had as a
I don't
kid.
know, dude. Whenever I think of an enemy, the first thing that comes to my mind is Lady Dimitrescu. I need to attend church. I need to attend church daily, bro. Yeah, the sermons are not enough. I need holy water. What's holy water? Got a little bit of holy water here, man. Too much holy water. Don't have that much holy water, okay? Don't be like me.
We're scared of the dark, which definitely isn't true for me now or 3 days ago. But the reason I bring that up is because we have our next dystopian horror anime game releasing here soon.
Wait,
It's
really?
CZN season, which means that it's time to call my therapist before this game becomes a problem. CZN stands for Chaos Zero Nightmare, which is a brand new
Chaos
gacha game
Zero
out of
Nightmare.
Korea featuring card-based and turn-based combat.
No!
Often cute
No!
and a combination of anime
No!
characters
No,
and fighting to save
dude.
the world, and turns it into a horror fiction so gruesome that you might want to call your therapist. Believe me, Mika needed the same thing. And you might be wondering, Brax, this is
What is that facial expression? You know what? Forget I asked that.
different from your usual game you cover. And to that I say, yes, yeah,
Yes.
it is.
Yes.
Chaos Zero Nightmare
We need more of
Remake was
this.
sponsored
It's
this
healthy.
video, and not only was rent due, but the game was actually fun. In fact, it's probably one of the most fun gacha games to release this year.
Wait, so is this game like HSR? I've never played Honkai Star Rail, but I feel like it might be like HSR. I don't know. I want to play Nikkei. I want to try Nikkei, dude. Like, hear me out, man. Hear me out. I've been talking about Nikkei for such a long time. I've been seeing the trailers, people saying it has a beautiful story, bro. They say they play the game for the story. Like, come on, man. Like really, bro? I don't like the way I hold it to the mic. What the fuck? I don't even want to touch my mic anymore. What the fuck? But yeah, dude, like people, you find people saying, dude, I want to play Nikkei for the story. Who wants to play Nikkei for the story? Who plays games for story, man? We don't play for the story. We play for the waifus. I'm gonna keep it 100. Today I'm keeping it 100, bro. I'm not hiding anything.
Card-based combat and roguelike progression that reminds me of Slay the Spire. But naturally, Chaos Zero Nightmare is better because, you know, anime girls.
Woo!
Synopsis incoming.
Dude, is that Chisa? Did we just get a Chisa leak right there? Dude, I'm just saying. But dude, holy.
Chaos Zero Nightmare is a dark, story-driven mobile tactical RPG set in a dystopian future where the fabric of reality is constantly unraveling. At the center of
Oh,
the
I
crisis
see.
is an all-consuming phenomenon known as chaos. A mysterious, corrupting
Oh,
force that
Frolova!
controls logic and warps everything that it touches. Planets consumed by chaos fall into madness. Their landscapes twisted, their inhabitants transformed
Of
into
course, bro.
hostile,
Of course.
nightmarish
You know,
beasts.
I really hate it when they do this, bro. They make a beautiful game. They do the graphics very well, the color schemes, the story. And then they're like, let's kill the character. Like, let's do that, you know? They probably gonna like that. They love that, you know? Let's just kill the character, bro. Frolova, a good example, bro. Such a beautiful character with such an enticing storyline. The most anticipated character since day one. And they decided, you know what? Let's just kill her. Like, yeah, they'll like that. They love that. Let's just kill her. Why? Like, just why?
The story begins in the aftermath of
Oh,
humanity's
wow.
greatest failure, the fall of Earth. Despite advanced technology and global efforts like the Chaos Zero project, Earth was unfortunately overtaken by chaos. A particular area known as the Blue Pot became the origin point of incomprehensible events. Earth became considered a lost world, abandoned, feared, and quarantined.
Oh,
Basically,
wow.
all of this is to say it's
COVID.
just a retelling of 19.
Yeah,
Player are
see?
going to
It's
assume
COVID,
the
straight
role
up.
of a captain aboard the SS Nightmare, which is a deep space exploration combat ship operated by a faction called Terrascion. This organization is one of several human factions that
One thing I want to say is I really like the simplicity in the character design. Look at the faces. There's not like a lot happening with like so much gadgets on the face. The hair holding so many freaking items and all this crazy stuff. It's very simple design, beautiful color schemes, and it looks like a game that anyone who likes turn-based. Please don't put that in the video, bro. Any person who likes turn-based games is gonna enjoy, like straight up. I feel like people are gonna like this. I don't know. Let's continue hearing it out. Me personally, I'm not here for the gameplay. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, okay? But this game looks pretty cool.
survived the collapse and continue to fight back against chaos. Others include Iron Rain, Silema, Stella.
Wait, is that Shilonen?
Teltion or Telshin. I'm not really sure which one it is. The real Chaos Zero Nightmare is trying to remember what each one of those means. In order to fight the chaos, you must partake in turn-based combat. But before you do that, you need to build.
Bro, one thing I hate. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna pause anymore. But one thing I hate about turn-based games, dude, it's when you know the enemy is stronger than you, and you do your last strike before you get obliterated, dude. You know that after this, I'm gonna get shit on. I really hate that, dude. Yeah, there's so many nightmares. Dude, what the fuck? Why do those look like airstrikes?
And deck with proper partners. One of the
Whoa! Wait, hold up. I might play this game. I might play this game. Hold up. Wait. Maybe I was wrong. We can all be wrong, okay?
One go. You rush headfirst into each run with randomized skill sets, gradually enhancing your build through layered upgrades and passive abilities tied to equipment. There's a massive selection of over 100 different common cards and 25 exclusive abilities.
Dude, wait, hold up. I gotta go back. Hold up, man. Hold up. Not one male spotted on site. Or am I having eye issues? I don't know if this is a male. This don't look like a male to me. There's no male. There's no male spotted on site.
Massive selection of over 100 different common cards and 20.
Yeah, no, we know the target demographic for this game. 100%, bro. We know.
Offers more gameplay options than modded Minecraft in 2025. You'll pick
Okay, wait, hold up. It's not like I hate the fact that they only put females. It's just that I have so much respect for the player, literally the entire player base. I feel like there should be a balance, you know? If you add a female, add a male. Okay, no. If you add 2 females, add 1 male. 3 females. Okay, that's not the point.
Set out on a mission, and those are the characters you play
Never
with
mind.
for the whole run. You will also need to equip solid partners, which are essentially like weapons in this game. They'll each have their own abilities that can massively help in a pinch, or just enhance your already existing synergies. Some of these cards, even the low tier ones, can be very useful, especially early on in the game, so I'd be careful about underestimating them based on their tier. But let's talk about the actual combat now. When your turn starts, you'll have a certain amount of resources to spend, and you'll draw 5 cards. Each card will have a different ability, and some can be comboed together to dish out crazy damage. And
damn, that's a one hit. That's a nuke.
Pretty big difference in performance because knowledge is
that was one hit.
Game. Just knowing what cards proc different abilities adds a whole other layer of depth to the gameplay, because you can have one turn go from using 3 cards to using 7 with the right setup. And as the game goes on, that list of
this is why I don't like card games, you know. I've been in TCG, in Genshin Impact. I've played TCG, and I've played the card game in Wuthering Waves as well. Dude, you get how can I put this? It becomes rough when the enemy has so many cards in his hand, and you are winning the game. Keyword, you were winning the game. So if this game is gonna be multiplayer, I don't think it's gonna be a fair game. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Is Nikkei multiplayer? I'm just asking. You know, like I want to know.
Continues to grow. While you're doing your run, you'll also have a combined health bar at the top of your screen and individual.
Oh, 275
when a character
against 65, 67. Sorry,
and
67.
when it maxes out, your
That's not
character
bad.
gets mind broken. And I'm not even exaggerating, by the way. Which leads me to the 12th moral dilemma I had when making this video, which is whether or not I should find these traumatized women attractive. As for the
Dude, that's
roguelike
Shisa.
elements,
You
in
cannot
almost
convince me
every
that's
single
not
game
Shisa.
mode
I do
Chaos
not care
Zero
what you have to
Nightmare,
say.
you'll
It's
go
Shisa,
from
bro.
room to
It's
room,
Shisa.
some with combat, events, campsites, equipment, or elites, and over time you'll pick and select buffs. You can see a full map of the rooms past and upcoming, and you'll want
Enemies.
to plan
You can
out
even
your
see the
pathway to take
enemies.
advantage
That's
of
cool.
campfires, gathering equipment, and also take advantage of elite rewards whenever you're not at risk of dying. But by
Oh
far,
yeah, dude, that's one thing I discovered when I started playing Zenless Zone Zero. I think when you're playing like the endgame modes, there's one endgame mode you can go to this lady and she can like kind of navigate the whole map for you. She's like showing the path and you choose whatever is best for you. So obviously I always choose the shortest route because I want to finish the game, dude. I want to stay in the fucking endgame for like hours on end. I want to do what I have to do and then get the character that I have to get, which was Evelyn. So I think you understand.
one of my favorite things about Chaos Zero Nightmare is that after your runs, you actually get to save the gear that you gained for that character on their run, meaning that your
Wait, for
character's
real?
strength is tied to how good of a roguelike run you've had in the past. It makes you feel like you worked really hard for that gear and setup, but also due to how buffs and equipment work in the game, it makes it worth having multiple build options for characters. For a
Okay,
gacha
wait.
game-
Is the 50-50? Oh, males! We've got males, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, we've got males. I'm not gay. We've got males. That's good. That's good. That's hella good. Owen. Is that a that's a male? Female? I don't know.
It has a ton of reasons to keep playing.
Holy.
FOMO tactics.
Yeah,
But
no.
it is
No,
still
no. We're trying this game out. Now, obviously, I want to play the game for the story and the mechanics and the bosses. The bosses were pretty good. I saw. Yeah, we're playing the game for all those reasons.
a gacha game, and it has a 50-50. So if you're looking
It has
at
a
every single character,
fuck.
individually, I personally wouldn't get
Yeah,
my hopes up.
no.
Hard Pity is 70 polls in. I personally can't speak to how free to play.
I mean, 70 is not that bad, dude. 70 is not that bad. You find Zizi at 90, bro, and I still lose every single time. So, 70 isn't that bad. Genshin is 75. Wuthering Waves is 80. It's the lowest we can possibly get. 70 is kind of like a good deal. If I'm gonna be winning my 50-50s, of course. But if I'm gonna be losing my 50-50s, then what's the point? But yeah, 70 doesn't sound that bad. I fucks with 70. 70 is good.
Or not this game is, because as of making this video, it's still unreleased. But gacha games exist.
That's
to
a
make
4-star.
tons of money. So
That's
I'd
a
be careful with
4-star.
who you pull if you're trying
Oh
to
wait, that
challenge
looks
the
like a
hardest
5-star.
content
That's a
and
4-star,
clear
bro.
pretty easily.
The
Chaos
purple
Zero
is a
Nightmare
4-star,
also has a
right?
daily stamina system, which you'll want to
I
max
think.
out usage of to get the most resources you can. Gacha games are about resource management, and it'll be crucial to your progression, even if you decide to play casually. Chaos Zero Nightmare has
It's literally what I always preach for people who play Wuthering Waves. Dude, just because you've got enough resources doesn't mean that you should waste the amount of resources you've got just to complete a daily. No, fuck that. Fuck the daily. The daily is dead, okay? Focus on saving your resources, bro. Like, as much as you possibly can. The best way you can invest in your resources, if you can't save, invest in them. The best way you can do that is search up the next character that's coming. For example, Galbrina. You don't have anything to do. You've literally already upgraded Iyuno to max. Iyuno, Mavuika, obviously I'm talking about Augusta. Iyuno, Mavuika, and everyone, literally, you have your teams set up perfectly. The only thing you can do now is take all of your resources and pour them into the upcoming character that you feel that regardless of whether you win the 50-50 or lose it, you're gonna get that character. So that's what I usually do, Example, Galbrina. Galbrina, I haven't started farming for her because I'm 10 pulls in and I doubt I'm gonna win my 50-50. So I'm not even gonna bother pulling on her. But for Chisa, when they start releasing like, what do you call it? When they start showing up the resources, showing that this is what you gotta farm for, this is what she needs, then I'll start grinding, dude. I'll pour all of my resources in that, dude. But Yeah, the point that it just mentioned now, I just wanted to emphasize it so much because a ton of players, when they start the game, they waste so many resources, dude. They waste them because they think this is not useful at the moment in time, which you kind of regret in the end. It kind of is useful, bro. So that flower that you passed this one time, pick that shit up, man. Don't be lazy. Come on. Don't be like me.
Moving parts, and because of that, it can be incredibly difficult for new players to get into if they haven't played a roguelike or deck builder before. The tutorials are great.
What the fuck is that enemy?
Down new players and
Look at
usually stop you from playing the game instead of making it smooth and uninterrupted. And that's probably one of my biggest gripes. But I'll be completely honest, I'm really reaching to find something.
Sorry, my heart was beating too fast.
About this game that I don't like, because
no,
really
it's not that I'm
just
scared.
A solid all-around game. Another thing that I'll mention is that early on in the game, it isn't that challenging, and overall doesn't feel as satisfying to complete a run.
39,000.
You're getting more gear and better buffs. On top of that,
Whoa.
It's impossible to tell if the difficulty is going to be high in endgame, since a lot of gacha games' game difficulty is directly tied to how lucky you are. And this is a roguelike, and so a lot of it will be luck. But there is a hardcore mode confirmed by the developers, which is meant to push players to the limits, even if they're roguelike veterans. Roguelike vets and casual players can enjoy Chaos Zero Nightmare with a little bit of learning, and the curve is actually paced very well with the information given in game. The tutorial takes you through every aspect of combat and roguelike mechanics,
oh, that's
making it
nice.
very easy to start for the first time. But I'm sure that's not the only thing you guys are here to find out, because for some reason, I figured out that a lot of you actually care about my opinion. So here it is.
What do you mean about that, dude? What? He's actually right. I'm not gonna lie. I want to hear people's opinions, bro.
Not only well optimized for every platform, but it's also just very easy to play anywhere, anytime. The gameplay is simple enough to get into no matter what your experience level is, and since it's not very physically demanding
this is gonna be on mobile.
Great to play under the table at family dinners that you wish you weren't at.
I didn't even know. I just felt like asking that.
I'd highly recommend
That's
trying
crazy.
this game out if you're a fan of mobile games and roguelikes, but also if you're on my channel, I probably had you.
Good lord!
With that being said, you guys,
Chisa.
thanks for watching. Thanks to Chaos Zero Nightmare.
Chisa is going to be so good. Yeah, enough. Fuck Obrina, bro. We're skipping Obrina, okay? We're getting Chisa, bro. Chisa supremacy is alive. But let's continue hearing bro out. Like, there's like a few seconds. You don't want to waste them seconds. Come on.
For sponsoring this video, and you can try it yourself on October 22nd. Links are
release date. That's what he wanted to tell us. What is this? What am I looking? Oh yeah, that's someone's chest. Okay. That was a good video. That was not a bad video. It was a really good video. So hey, leave a like on it, leave a like on this one too, and come back for some more, because we're definitely gonna do I almost sneezed, because we're gonna be doing way more reactions than what we were doing before. So yeah, hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out.